Well, good evening. It's the last post-game show of the season, and I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to be at this point. It was only Game 5. Shayne and I were both hoping to get to Game 7 and celebrate the first Cup victory in 28 years with the Montreal Canadiens, with you fans who've been with us throughout these entire playoffs. But unfortunately, we've had to watch the Lightning raise a cup tonight. So I'm James, Shayne. We're bummed. We're definitely bummed. I know I'm kind of smiling because I'm kind of also, we've got a lot of great comments in the feedback already in the chat and within the group here that we're going to keep it positive tonight, but we're bummed. So Shayne, I know it's a tough loss. I don't know how much we'll actually talk about the game tonight. I don't know how much it matters, but there's just a close one. And the guy who won the Conn Smythe, Vasilevsky, was a big part of the reason why we are here talking about us not the cup.
Well-deserved Conn Smythe for sure.
Yeah.
Was no other winner in my mind. You know, that's 5 shutouts in a single playoff run is ridiculous. So if it weren't for Vasilevsky, Tampa wouldn't be here right now. Simple as that. But yeah, I mean, tonight it's all about Habsitivity. That's when the term really comes into play. We have to really rally behind our team here. Be proud of this logo because it's a beautiful one and it's one that we love. And man, what a season we had. I mean, I think this is going to be most of the post-game show, right? Recapping the season, looking at every good thing that happened and looking forward too, because the future's looking good. The future's looking really good.
Yeah, we'll talk about the future because we saw the future throughout these entire playoffs. We're gonna have a lot to say about the potential of this team and what it can accomplish in future seasons, what it did this year. Like, there was just so many great moments that we get to look back on, seeing, guys like Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield, who didn't even play in the first game of the playoffs. And, some of the stuff KK did, the big goals from Anderson. There was no shortage of great signals throughout these playoffs that we are not a flash in the pan, Cinderella story. We're not going to be like the Dallas Stars who just don't even make the playoffs next year. I don't see that happening whatsoever. And there was a bunch of, we'll talk about sort of like maybe Tampa's prospects going forward. They're still going to be a great team, but I think we could be in the mix for a while, and we can maybe talk about some of the moves that might be made in the offseason. Rest assured, fans, if you're watching tonight, this won't be like the complete diagnostic. We're going to have a lot of feedback from the rest of the Habs Tonight crew. Dale's going to obviously chime in throughout the offseason. We'll have guests on. We'll talk about everything in the postseason that's going to happen, expansion draft, everything. So we don't have to get it all off our chest tonight. I think we're just going to try to react positively to what happened. Give kudos again to Tampa. It was cool to, I'm happy that they get to win in front of their fans. Seeing them win in the bubble last year after all the times they had lost, and always got so close. It was really shitty. Just as a sports fan, to see someone have to go and win the cup, that way. That was kind of lame. So, that being said, this is it. I don't want them to win ever again because it's our time right now.
I mean, I think you touched on it there. They are way over the cap, right? I think we've heard it a million times already, but it is true. So for sure, that's not the same team coming into next season. They're going to have to blow it up big time. So I don't know how impactful that'll be. The core will probably remain, but nonetheless, like, they're not going to be the same team, nowhere close. And on the flip side, you got the Habs, who are now super attractive to free agents, right? And free agency this year is looking stacked. So I'm thinking, I mean, if we can sign the big guys, if we can get Dano locked up, and I think KK's up as well, we have to re-sign Perry, that's for sure.
Yeah,
and then grab a few others there that could just boost up the lineup. Like, we know where this core can bring us. It can literally bring us to the Cup Finals. We just need that little bit more that we can get potentially in free agency, maybe in some trades as well. That's all we need.
Yeah. I think we saw just another score I mean, Caulfield will mature and find his place, and there just needs to be a little more of a threat. I mean, you got to look at a guy like Gallagher who can come in spots. I mean, he got hurt, and once a couple of guys got hurt, we were really struggling to generate offense. And I think that's just one of those places where you go and try to find someone. I don't know who the right person is at this point. If you have one in the comments, please hit us. We'll gladly put it up and share your ideas. But yeah, scoring, defense was great. There'll be some work to do on the back end of that top of that 6-man D rotation. And some people are not getting younger. Weber might start. I don't know where his head's at. Right? Is he going to want to come back? I mean, I don't even think it's the debate. He'll be back. No one's saying otherwise. But the window for those guys is quickly getting smaller and smaller. So a lot to digest there. But I think one thing we can look at this past year was that Bergevin steered the ship. In some good places, and Ducharme as an interim coach, the players responded to him obviously, and he put together sound game plans, and his lineup juggling could be infuriating at times, but there were injuries and there was just a lot of balls in the air, and somehow the team regrouped time after time, made it to the playoffs, won a really tough series with the Leafs, smoked the Jets, and then, rose to the occasion to beat a really good Vegas team. And then in this series, a game 2 where we should have, I feel like that was a winnable game, and not winning that game was probably us not having a chance in the series, really.
Exactly. Exactly. That was our game. We dominated from start to finish. That second goal, the Coleman goal with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Won them the cup. Looking back at it, that won them the cup, because that was our game. If he didn't score that goal, we were winning that game. And all of a sudden, it's 2-2. It's a 2-2 series. So, no.
Yeah.
Now we
100%. Like that Coleman goal will be one of the ones they play in their little, when they put out the Tampa Bay 2021 VHS series about them going to the cup. And it's going to be like the first thing they play in the hits package for sure. And, you got to score goals like that. It's like like as I talk about, I'm a basketball fan. It's the Kawhi, game winner against the Sixers. It's that shot, where it's just hard to that's how you win stuff, So
that's it.
Yeah. And we had some of our own moments too. So look, if you want to come on the show tonight, we have a couple of people who are going to come on for sure. We've we've got some friends that we've made through the off season and or through the postseason, and love to have you on tonight and just chat and share the Habs-ativity. I think I've got it on my shirt here. There it is. Oh yeah. Nice. Look. So that's a little Habs-ativity sweaty you can get on our habstonight.net site, and it's really comfortable. So even if you feel like shit and you'll lose, feel bad about the loss, let this shirt comfort you in your time of need. You'll feel really good. So,
and something that comforts me and should comfort every Habs fan, like you said already, you got to look back at this run here. We beat the Leafs. Now, this is something we'll be able to brag about for years, okay? This is huge. People thought we were going to get swept in the first round, and here we are in this Cup Finals. So, we are the North Division champs. We are the best team in the North. No more debate about it. We are, right? We made it to the Cup Finals when guys like Craig Button said we weren't going to win one game. There's so much to be proud of. And to focus on this series alone is not like it's a disgrace to what the guys did, really, because they put it all on the line. I mean, Carey Price, what can you say about that guy? Put on a show for us. I mean, we should all buy him a steak or something. Like he deserves so much praise. Wow, nothing can be said about it. He's just this cup run. I haven't seen that Carey Price since like 2014, 2015. And wow. I have no words for it. He was so good. And again, tonight, he kept us in the game. That one goal he let in wasn't his fault. So
That was a good goal. And look, I mean, it's like the rookie scored it on the other team, and they were just a little more balanced. I mean, more again, the shot differential. I don't know what it was for the series, but it was definitely in their favor. And the fact that they kept getting different players on their team to rise to the occasion. I mean, they're just I don't know how much of that is just it's everything. It's team construction. It's coaching. It's just chemistry. These guys have been together for a while, and they have obviously a environment where people can come in and with some of the injuries like Killorn, people stepped in and filled admirably in this situation, the Stanley Cup Finals. So it's disappointing. I thought we were pretty close. I felt like we actually had a shot even in this game to extend it to 6. But it just wasn't in the cards. And but the evidence was there. It was just the team that beat us deserved to win. There was no debate about that. They deserved to hold the cup up tonight. So congratulations to them tonight. So we'll bring Drew on because he's somewhere. He's supposed to be relaxing right now, but this can't be too relaxing.
What's going on, fellas?
Not too much.
You can hear me okay? I don't have my mic tonight.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's okay.
You're coming in good.
Kind of bummed because you were supposed to host the last 2 post-game shows. So
no,
I guess you kind of...
I said I was going to be available for this one, but then I wasn't.
Yeah, okay, fine.
No, but anyway, here I am just kind of making a cameo. But, it's definitely tough to watch the end there. But, I mean, full credit to Tampa. They deserve it. That's the only way to put it. But it does sting. I mean, like, there's no other way around that one. But, I mean, you got to give your hats off to them. And the thing that kind of annoys me, though, I'm not going to get into the salary cap thing. It's a garbage excuse. It's within the CBA. If you're hanging your hat on that, it's in the rules. And if Montreal did it, if Carey Price was hurt for the whole season, then he came back for playoffs and steamrolled teams, we wouldn't be complaining. So, or whether it was a forward, it was Gallagher or whoever, who, by the way, like just some of the guys just showed how hurt they were tonight. I think they gave everything. If they could have given more, they would have. And you got to tip your cap. I'll tip it off. Back-to-back cups, not an easy thing to do. Wish I had my Habs tonight gear on, but it feels weird not to be in my home studio right now for this. But you got that's okay. I just want to say thanks to the Habs tonight supporters, followers. No matter how hard this is to take, if you are here tonight, you're definitely a loyal supporter. This is the hardest show to show up for. After losing in the Stanley Cup Finals, but I mean, we were in the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's not forget, like, that shouldn't have happened, right? So, an amazing run, and Habs tonight was with you the whole way. What a season to start the show with Dale and with Dale Weiss, of course, you guys know, and you guys just killing it, showing up for this one. Kudos to you guys for hosting on a hard night like tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I've drawn some lucky straws. Game 7 in Series 1, and then I think Game 6 Vegas. But yeah, it's just that's the business we're in, guys. Sometimes you gotta stick it out for the tough ones and
take it like a man. Yeah,
take it like a man
or like a woman,
whatever.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what you are.
Don't offend anybody.
Losing sucks.
It does.
I just hope Steffi's not downtown Montreal lighting shit on fire. That's all.
Oh no, she's got more class than that. And the people that do that aren't fans anyway. They're just troublemakers, as you know. So
yeah,
drunken.
We don't claim them.
No.
And I was there in Vancouver, folks. I was there in Game 7. I was in Vancouver. I was there. I wasn't there burning shit down, but I was walking home from work downtown that day, and you could smell it. You could smell the ugliness in the air that was going to occur. It was going to happen no matter what, even if they won. And so hopefully if you're in Montreal, you're actually just watching the show, having a drink, doing whatever you do late at night, and just hanging with us and just trying to be positive about it. So or watch the celebrations. That's respectful too.
I have to, like, every time a team lifts the cup, I gotta watch. Yeah. It was, at first you're a little ticked off. I threw my hat, I'm not gonna lie. Just like I did in Game 2 when Edmondson put that puck behind the net and Tampa had a tap in. Like, that was the only 2 times I really got pissed off in these playoffs. But you blow off the steam, then you move on. And the fortunate thing about this show, if you're watching right now, now it's no consolation, but the Montreal Canadiens players that you just saw battle their guts out, get to the Stanley Cup Finals. Some of those players will be on the show live very soon, and you'll have the chance to interact with them. So we got to make sure to key in on that. That's a pretty respectful comment from Ian. And anybody hate cheering or hate watching the Habs, whatever, doesn't bother me. Especially if you're a Leaf fan, doesn't bother me. But that is the opposite. So cheers to Ian for that comment. But yeah, don't forget, guys, Montreal Canadiens players. I'm not going to name names, but Dale is good friends with these guys, and he's going to be bringing them on the show. And that's the most unique thing. There's not a show on YouTube like this, Habs Tonight. Be sure to subscribe. I mean, it's true. There's not a show like it out there where you can interact with Montreal Canadiens players live, and other players too. Victor Mete, you guys just had on today. Yeah. So this is the place to be if you're a Habs fan. It's about Habsitivity, and that's what we're putting out tonight. So it's legit. I'm really proud of what we accomplished this season, and that's the other thing too, is we're proud of the team for getting as far as it did. But this is a separate team here, us, Habs Tonight. So I'm proud of all you guys. I'm proud to step up tonight, and that's why I wanted to come on just for a few seconds and just give my thanks for the opportunity to come on and be part of this with you guys. We're not done here. The off season is a busy season for Habs Tonight, right? So this is a really good opportunity for all of us. Especially this offseason.
I mean, we have the expansion draft coming up too. So I think I believe teams submit their lists on the 17th. I'm not mistaken. And then you got the draft, the expansion draft, and then the normal draft, and then free agency again. So very busy summer for Habs Tonight. Stay tuned, folks.
And it's
Victor Mete, that's a great interview. We put that up today, and so if you maybe tomorrow or even tonight, if you still want some more Habs content, he plays for Ottawa now, but there's a lot of good stuff in there about KK Weber, Berge. I mean, there's just he's played for the team for on and off 3 years, and wasn't a guy that was placed on waivers, with a smile on the face. You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things where this is just the business, and sometimes you got to put young, talented guys out there for the waiver wire. And anyways, I mean, it paid off, as we saw. Like the defense, the pairings that we had, the guys that we had playing throughout this run all earned their spots and played really well. And you can't really point your finger at any one of them and say, you let the team down. They played awesome. And
and that's the thing.
Romanov and Kulak played with their balls out. I mean, it was just crazy.
Yeah, it's just the experience that these guys just had. That's the thing. Like Tampa Bay, the salary cap situation, just in general. I'm not talking about their salary cap for this playoffs, but they have to break that team apart. It's like that like a dynasty can't even happen anymore unless you're a young team like the Montreal Canadiens, where most of the core, I know Weber, Price, I know some of them are a little older, Corey Perry, Eric Stahl, whatever, but in terms of the future of this team, the core, we saw Cole Caulfield come in and make an impact that no one ever saw coming. Suzuki stepped his game up. There's just a lot of good storylines, and a lot of these guys are going to stay together for the next 5-10 years. And they just went to the Stanley Cup final within their first 2 years of playing in the NHL. For Caulfield, the first 10 minutes he was in there. But you guys know what I'm getting at. Basically, the Montreal Canadiens are going to be able to stick together a lot of these key pieces for the next several years. A lot of guys are locked up. The only question marks are, well, Danault, I don't think, can go anywhere. We need to give him the raise that he deserves. Tatar is probably out the door. Armia needs a contract. KK needs a contract. But that's where, Thomas Tatar likely isn't going to return. And Tarasenko is now on the market, we heard. Possibly a good fit. I think Mark Bergevin now, after getting here, he's going to be a mad dog going after somebody to fill in more scoring on that first line for the Canadiens. So that's my impression, is getting this far, tasting it, almost like getting that close. You got to think he's going to add something significant. He's not going to pull any punches, no offer sheets. This is going to be a significant offseason, and Mark Bergevin's last year of his contract. This is it for trying to make the biggest impact you can, and he did a good job this past offseason. Now he can make this team even better.
Yeah, no, the opportunity is there. And it's just bridging the youth, but you always need guys on cheap contracts to, with the veteran leadership. That's always the blend you're looking for. And as I say, the Tampa converted on their opportunity to basically do a capped out situation. You can be sour grapes about the 18 million. Basically, it was Kucherov going on long-term disability because he had to get surgery. Like the other two were kind of like dead money contracts. It was Gaborik and someone else, and it was like,
but it's semantics, right? Like, James, I got to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Your son Harrison, how's he feeling right now?
Well, he's sleeping because he's 6 years old. Before we put the guest on,
not dedicated.
This kid, my son, he was allowed to pick his own hockey team because we're sort of like nomads. And, I'm not going to be this guy who's telling his kid, you got to pick this team or whatever. That's not how I roll. So anyways, he loves the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got a Andre Vasilevsky fat head on his wall in his room. And, he stares at me every day when I put him to bed. So I've been living with Vasilevsky for like a year and a half. My little 6-year-old kid, he just loves his team. He's always loved Stamkos because he has a connection to our family. So it's just one of those things. But anyways, I admit that on tonight's show, but at no point was I cheering. So tomorrow morning I'll be disappointed for myself, but I'll be happy for him.
Well, he's literally dreaming about the Stanley Cup, and it's literally coming true as we speak. So
yeah, probably. I mean, he got it last year, and there you go. But now he's a spoiled little brat, even more than he is now.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He loves hockey. So yeah, exactly. Learn what feel what winning feels like, and then you can take that with him forever. But
we're gonna get another crack at it, guys. Carey Price and Shea Weber are gonna get another crack. Yeah,
no doubt. Those guys now.
Mark Bergevin will make sure of it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for having me on, guys. Habs-ativity.
Thanks, Drew.
Shayner, producer James, PJ. This ain't the end for us, man.
No.
This is like as the only consolation again is that the Montreal Canadiens players that you just watched will be coming on the show as soon as possible, as soon as they're willing, and that's huge for Habs Tonight viewers to interact with them. Mm-hmm. Ask them whatever they want with Dale Weiss, of course, the connection that binds us all. And thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, buddy. It's been a pleasure.
Go Habs, go.
Later. All right, Damon.
Hey, guys. How are you? It's a tough loss, but there's a lot to look forward to this offseason.
Yep, 100%.
I thought out a plan that I want your opinion on. So right now we have 14 million in cap, and I'm thinking right now the main guys we need to lock up are Cale Fleury, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Phil Deneau, and Yoel Armia. And also with the expansion draft, I do know that we're either going to be losing. From what I've read online, I've heard that Ron Francis is really interested in Ben Sherratt or Jake Allen, one of the two. And I think that it's really important to bring back Jake Allen because he could give that stability, like to give Price a night off and give him more rest, and then we can get these kind of playoff runs where like Price just is really ready and pumped for these playoffs. And I think that if we lose Ben Sherratt, I've actually thought of a defenseman that could really help us in the offseason. I'm thinking Ryan Murray because apparently New Jersey is looking into re-signing him. And I think if Ryan Murray can find form again in Montreal as a number one left-handed defenseman, he can really play a big part of our team in next season. I don't know about the future, but hopefully next season. But this draft is also going to be a really interesting one. Mm-hmm. I've also I want your opinion on who you think we should draft because I've been looking a lot on the prospects and the prospects. There's one guy I have my eye struck on named Corson Coolmans who had 8 points in 6 games at the World Junior Under-18 tournament this year for Canada. Mm-hmm. And I've seen mock drafts have him all the way from 18 to 59, and I think he might be a guy who's worth the first round taking with our first round pick. What do you guys think?
I can go first on that. For the drafting, honestly, I haven't been following the prospects. It's not been the most interesting class, in my opinion. I don't know. It's like it's there's no big superstars in this draft. Maybe there will be, but I don't know. I'm not really following that too much. But for the expansion draft, which something's interesting here because when Vegas came in, a lot of teams traded, let's say, picks so that Vegas had to take this guy, right? Yeah. Damon, do you think we should do that with maybe a guy like Tatar? Maybe do we ship a pick because we have a lot of picks this year? Yeah. Do we ship a pick to Seattle to tell them, okay, you got to take Tatar, and we keep Sherratt, we keep Allen, we keep Evans, these guys like that. What do you think?
I actually really like that idea because I think that Seattle won't really go aggressive on us, because the teams that I think they'll go aggressive on, I've done a lot of research on the expansion draft, and I think I have a weird mock side deal. Some people think I'm either really crazy, or some people think that this one might actually really work out. I think because Tampa's spending like $98 million over the cap, as I'm sure 98 million, like their cap. I mean, like they're 18 million over the cap. Like I think like their cap it's like 98 million. I've been doing some research, and I think that the big contracts I might try to move off over to Seattle. I've done a lot of research, and this is what I think might happen. Mm-hmm. I think it might be this. I think Tyler Johnson, either Andre Palat or Yanni Gourde, maybe one of those two, or both of them might also be shipped in this deal to Seattle in exchange for what's it called, a first round pick, so that first round pick and maybe even Cal Fit, so that they have to take on those contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking that, like, as I'm sure we know, like this is sort of the I'm not saying I say the end for Tampa, but this is definitely like they're going to go to, I think they might, depending on how this offseason goes, I think they might just go to being another playoff team that just cracks the playoffs. But I think Montreal is barely even scratching the surface for us, because we were supposed to be eliminated in 3 games, as like the media told us by the Leafs. But yeah, the media was telling us that, but like we made it to the finals, and just I can't wait to see how like a lot of our prospects, such as Jordan Harris, Jaden Struble, Matthias Norlander, Josh Burke, all develop. Like those guys are going to be some real beasts when they're in their prime. And before you know it, like I just have a good feeling like this isn't the end for us. Like I think that people are counting us on. People are saying that we're in big trouble. We're in a bad position next year. But you know what? We're in a perfect position. Yeah. We've upset the critics. We've upset the media, and a lot of the guys are showing that they can be better than the media projected us to be. And yeah, we're going to be a really good team next year, I think, depending on what Bergevin does.
Mm-hmm.
You always need those vets, and
yeah, I agree.
They're always expensive, as we know. I mean, look what Weber and Price make, but they were worth every penny, and you need those guys at the right time. Look at any Stanley Cup champion; they always have a couple guys with gray beards raising the cup. You just need them. So whether you get that from just a veteran like a Pat Maroon type, who's just now, basically he wins the cup wherever he goes, apparently, or
3 years in a row.
You try to run, late into the career of Weber and Price, and just go until the wheels completely fall off, which I'm sure they don't want to see. But man, those guys are valuable. They just eat up a lot of space. So not often do teams with just a lot of youth just come in and run the table. I don't find so. But there you go. I mean, again, that's any sport, really. You see in major league sports, those guys matter. The guys that manage to play those 10, 12, 13, 14, 15-year careers, they're there for a reason. It's because they're winners,
Yeah.
They'll bring Dale back next year, I'm sure, and that'll
yeah, I love the energy Dale brings.
Yeah, well, he'd be fun to have on the team, but we like him on our team. Yeah, Damon, any final parting thoughts? Obviously, I'm sure we're going to hear from you over the summer as we, we'll do a proper postseason. We'll do an expansion show. It definitely sounds like we need you on that one, because you've been doing quite a bit of probably more research than Shayne and I. But yeah, I was going to make a joke about, like, if you want to know who's the top prospect and who we should draft, you should go check Craig Button. Apparently he's good at that.
He is, yeah. Like, I think Owen Power's probably just going to say, like, probably going to go first overall. But I think for me right now, I think it's either between him or Brent Clark, because I just don't think the first overall pick is going to be the best player draft. I'm getting 2017 vibes from this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I'm sure you remember, it was Nico Hischier and Nolan Patrick. Those two, as I'm sure we know, aren't the best. It was Elias Pettersson, Kel McCarr, Miro Heiskanen, and Nick Suzuki have been the best so far. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting draft. But they're like, it's partially, I think, because of the pandemic, and also because like these guys, like this draft like hasn't been like the greatest to begin with, in my opinion. But it's definitely going to be a fun draft class to see. And I just got to say, like, we got to keep the Habs activity going, and also, I was going to say a second player quickly that I also have my mind on for drafting. If Corson Clemens is gone, or if we don't want to go draft him, Logan Stankoven here. It reminds me of another Brendan Gallagher.
Yeah, I remember him in the juniors there. He was good.
Yeah, we call him the spark plug.
Yeah, I mean, I had another nickname for him, but I won't say. Has to do with his last name, you know. But that's pretty good. We need to get you on the draft show for sure, man. That's awesome. I have no idea about the prospects, because the one thing about this draft this year is like the scouts weren't really able to do their job properly, right? They weren't able to go to the games. Some leagues just didn't even play, and then other leagues had less games, and then like the whole scouting process this year is screwed. So I think you're right with the fact that, like, you know, the top three might not even be the best three. Like, we might have steals in the second, third, fourth, fifth round, all of that. So it's an interesting draft for sure.
Yeah, because like I was actually speaking to my program coordinator of my college program studying television broadcasting, and my program coordinator actually worked for Hockey Night in Canada for a while, and he was telling me the big thing is that with this scouting, he said like the scouts' jobs like definitely have like a tad tough issues this year, because like they weren't able to actually watch games. So what they have to do is like just watch tape from like 2019 and very early 2020, pretty much.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So
yeah, or either just walk into an arena with a mask.
Yeah, if you can. Oh,
Yeah.
It's all screwed up.
Yeah.
We still don't have arena access here in Toronto, so it's
neither do we in Ottawa.
Yep. Yeah, I'm waiting to get my kid back on the ice so I can
start
developing the 2030 whatever draft player that they're going to get. Okay, man. Well, Damon, appreciate you coming on. We always love hearing from you and the insights and obviously the depth of knowledge you have about the team and what's going to happen. So thank you for coming along in these playoffs with us, and you know, we share in your disappointment also in your Habsitivity here going forward. We're excited.
Go Habs, go! And this is not the end.
No, I don't think so.
I'm ready.
All right, man. Have a good
night.
Guys.
Go Habs,
Take care, Damon.
Right.
Take care, Shane. Take care.
Nope. A little quick there. Sorry, buddy. Nick, how you doing, bud?
Hey, what's up, guys? You know what? I'm not even upset. I know we lost, but you know, we have a bright future, so that's what we have to look forward to. But you know,
see, Nick, this is a far cry from the first time you came on the show. You're like despondent because like we lost like some game against Calgary or something.
I think it was the Leafs. Yeah, I came on. Oh my god, yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? It's the end of the season, so really, it's different. When it's during, I'm a little bit more upset, but it's the end of the season, so looking at it back, we had a really mediocre regular season. We got in, and then we had just had an amazing playoffs, even though we lost. We weren't supposed to be here. We were supposed to lose in 4, I thought. So,
That's all we need, right? That's all we need. The regular season, I mean, it means something, but in the end, it doesn't mean anything.
It means very
as we saw, right? Because, like, obviously we had a lot of injuries this year, which kind of screwed us over a little bit, but we stepped up in the playoffs and other teams didn't. So that's all we need. Like, and we know we can do it. Like you said, we have a bright future. Shit, we can even do it again next year. I wouldn't be surprised.
Like a lot of draft picks is.
Oh yeah, big time.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
To me, that's a lot of trade pieces. That's a lot of things to look forward to with free agency as well as trades. Is like you have so many picks there, and we already have a big prospect pool. That shit, Burge is definitely shipping a few picks over for some players. I'm convinced.
Yeah, for sure. What else? I was gonna say congrats to Tampa. I looked online. I've just been looking on Instagram, see after the game. Usually just read comments and see what people have to say. Seeing a lot of 18 million over the cap is just like, oh, not again.
It's a stain they'll live with. It's a stain they'll live with, but I mean, we're over it. We're over it.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like, just why people can't just accept that a team's better than you. It's just way better to feel like that rather than be like, oh, the refs, oh, the $18 million. It just gets annoying, and it's just really not,
It doesn't represent us well. Like, we're not okay. We have a few whiny fans. That's it. We have a few whiny fans, but it's not all of us, and it's not us here.
Yeah, it's a slight few. It's a slight few, but.
The best team won. There's no doubt the best team won, right? There's no doubt.
Of course.
We were overachieving 100%. How could you expect, like, with all the things that broke our way And then some of the players that were being depended on, like again, Cole Caulfield coming in, I think he finally played more NHL games than, NCAA games.
Yeah.
We got, like that's like, when does that happen? That a team has all those elements of, new guys, young guys. It's just a lot of things broke to our own doing in a lot of sense. Like we were responsible for where we ended up, but it would have been incredible to win the Stanley Cup. But I would have been hard pressed to put my own money on the team to
one team has to lose.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunately us. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, it just would have been awesome if we did win, because then you could be like, fucking called it, but nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do get emotionally invested. You can just go like, fuck, one more game, we can do it. And, just wasn't meant to be. But one more game at the Bell Center would have been nice. I wish they could have gotten.
Of course.
Yeah. But appreciate what you're saying, Nick. Appreciate your energy. Appreciate, we finally got you over the hump of those regular season's losses, and well said about, about everything that you just mentioned. So we appreciate that. So if you don't mind, I do have one more caller here, and then we'll bring a few more on tonight just to recap everything. And have a good night, man.
Thanks, man. See ya.
All right.
Thanks,
take
Nick.
care. Bye. All right, we got Willem.
Right
He's
on.
in the house. How you doing, man?
Oh,
we got volume there. Maybe pick your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My mic is muted. My bad.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm disappointed. That was
Yep.
Tough, obviously, but I mean, it's like you want them to do more, but it's like, how do you beat that team? Like that Tampa is just so. Like there was a point that there was 3 guys in Montreal's defensive end and 1 Tampa player disrupting the whole play. It's frustrating, but you got to give respect to Tampa. Like they've made it there obviously twice. Should have been 3 times, probably the last 3 years if Columbus hadn't swept them. They're a powerhouse, and they're not going to be together next year, which is probably fortunate for whoever plays them in the finals. But I mean, the future looks bright for Montreal. It's disappointing. I remember last time I came on, I said, enjoy it while it's happening, right? We won against Vegas, and we beat Winnipeg and Toronto, and that was great. But you got to enjoy it while those moments last, because you're not expected. And this was kind of expected, I guess. And but the team just felt so special. Like it's you feel so bad for Price and Perry again. Perry's 2 years in a row now, and Weber and all the veterans. They can go on. And but then you got to respect and feel good for the Tampa players who were Stamkos didn't get to play last playoffs except for that one game where he fortunately got that goal, but this one he was really a part of. And Maroon going through back to back. So it's disappointing, I guess, expected, which is also disappointing. But yeah, you look forward to the next season though. They look great. They look like, I don't know what do you guys think? I'm interested to hear what you guys think about their moves in the offseason. I know you said Tatar's gone. Do they keep Perry? Does Perry sign here again, or does he try and float somewhere else?
100%.
Yeah, I think so too. I loved him all season. I thought he was just a great, meat and potatoes guy who drives the net and creates opportunity. He's the one guy who's getting pucks loose from any goalie's grasp, and he probably was the most frustrating guy, alongside Nick Suzuki this series, who frustrated Tampa and was able to shut them down. I mean, Weber was maybe a frustrating point trying to get in. I mean, everyone was kind of frustrating point, I think, a little bit. Obviously he did get points. It wasn't like, the whole Stone Pacioretty Vegas series fiasco, but there are a lot of good things to take from this run, and the team came together when they had to, and I'm excited for next year. I think it's gonna be hard again when the divisions go back to normal, but Montreal has proved they can compete, and they still have some gas left in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, it might be easier with the travel this year for them, especially, and
yeah, that's very true.
The fact they don't get, hopefully, COVID's not an issue, and they don't have to cram games in like they did. That was, I mean, we covered that ad nauseum, but that was not the right circumstances to have a good regular season.
No, it wasn't.
No. So that'll get hopefully cleared up, and they'll be playing in front of fans. It's one of the best home environments in the league. That'll pick them up on certain nights. And so there's a lot of things that can break their way in the regular season, which will help with seeding. It'll help with, they're underdogs. It's hard to be the underdog every year. It'd be nice if I think Tampa, had to deal with that a little bit to get to where they were. And, at some point you do want to go in and have some home ice advantage at the beginning of a series. And so, I think all those things could be constructed to work in their favor next year while they still develop players. And I absolutely think Perry stays in the, if it's a matter of him choosing and it's a team friendly deal, which it probably will be. It's, he does deserve to be paid, but
I agree. But he might not. He might be one of those guys. I don't know. He's obviously his first season in Montreal, so I don't know. Is he one of the guys who would take a discount to stay and try and do this again? I think.
Well, he needs to go and watch the Habs Tonight shows, the full episodes of the former players, and realize that you get immortalized every time. Like, he already is a Habs legend now, but
exactly.
Gosh, like these guys.
He's done it all. He's won at every level. It's not like he. I'm sure he wants to get here again. He's won his cup back in 2007. He lost last year and this year. Obviously, he can be a key part of teams. And even if he's on the fourth line, Montreal, it's hard to even say that someone's on the fourth line because they're all like a good second line on any other team. Every line comes out and can shut down or generate offense or, both. So it's exciting to look forward and see what's coming up and to see how these guys performed under pressure and kind of came together and who came together. And you can keep this as a core. And they have a big core. I feel like it's not like, I mean, Tampa too has a big core of superstars, but Montreal's just a big core of good players who will bring it every night and who can, offense wins games and defense wins championships, and that was kind of showed here. And going forward, looks exciting.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Willem. And as we mentioned here on the channel, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe because we're getting more great content throughout the summer. And obviously it's shorter off season because we made it to Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. So a lot to pack in over the next few months. We'll take some time to obviously relax. But Willem, thanks for calling in. We have a few more callers I want to get to tonight. It's almost midnight here in Eastern time zone. So
I'm with you guys. So
I need to get up early for work, but I do appreciate it. And thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Absolutely. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate it.
Later.
Take care.
Bye. All right. Well, another Habs Tonight legend.
Oh boy.
Patterson.
Let's go.
Mr. Swivelly Chair himself. How you doing?
Rough one, boys.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of this group. You can't just, you get hit with a lot of emotions when it's over every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being this close really hurts, but I'm just so proud. Like, holy fuck. They proved everyone wrong. Nobody can say any different at this point. Like, come on.
No. I mean, I think they believed in themselves enough to win, but at the end of the day, I remember this isn't pro hockey. We came in second in a provincial tournament when I played rugby, and you're just going, it really fucking sucks we lost, but it was very much as close to winning as you could get. I felt good over time, and I think that's how these guys will feel. It was just like, there's only one winner every year, but we actually did a lot of stuff that people will remember a long time. I know the Canadiens fan base they're not going to let this one go as far as look at how they go back to 2014 and 2010. And
this
is
what a special group this is, right?
Yeah.
This is above all of them, really, since 93.
We witnessed history. This is a page in our history. And I mean, as fans,
10 years old, 93.
Yeah, that's it. As fans, it's okay to be sad right now, but I don't think we can be mad because what we saw was fantastic. Fantastic.
It's not even sad. It's like fuck, right? It's shucks. Oh shucks. Because I think the future is bright.
That's it.
I think this team can go on and compete next year and even down the road. You've got 14 picks in the draft here. Our prospects are just building. Poing's on the team next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about Josh Brock? How about Fleury, right?
That's it.
Yeah,
Who's
go
better
for
than
it.
Lenny?
And you got the Caden Primo experience, which we got to see in samples this year. out of
Might be
pure
2 years
desperation.
away, but
Yeah, I mean, he got thrown to the flames this season. Like literally, he had to play games that he
Yeah.
should not have been put into. But he didn't really.
but that's good though. It's good though.
Yeah.
Like we could say that about Cole Caulfield, even though he's exceptional. Like, what the hell is he doing in the Stanley Cup Finals, right? but it's good.
Totally. No, and I mean, he got thrown into a series where
He was excellent.
He was excellent. Yeah. But he could have, it could have been, it could have gone the other way 100%. It could have been a total shock.
That's a kid that's played a lot of hockey this year too, right?
Say again? Yeah.
He's played a lot of hockey this year. It hasn't been in one league, but he's played a lot of hockey. So
And what a year he had. I mean, he won the Hobie Baker. He went in the finals with his NCAA team. Went in the NHL
USA.
finals. Like, what
Yeah.
a year!
World Juniors.
That's it. He won gold too. My God, keep
Unbelievable.
piling on.
Every month,
Ridiculous.
something new for this
What's
kid.
next? What are you doing next for his Cole? Come on, bud. Well, maybe if he's watching tonight, which I know he's probably got other things going on, but we hope.
I
he
would
comes on the
imagine.
show. Yeah, I would imagine.
Should be
too.
drunk right about now in the room, I would imagine. Or on the plane.
He's not old enough. He's in the U.S. He's not old enough. He's underage.
That's true. He's still 20.
He's in Florida. I heard they don't even have an age limit.
No, you can do whatever you want there. Apparently, it's a free for all.
Go get on the plane, and I'm sure old dad will come by with a beer for him. Right, sneak him a beer.
Oh, Weber's gonna have a flask. Like here, look, son. This,
Oh,
this is how
he
we
had
do
a
things
couple
when we
tears
lose.
on the bench. Did you see Shay on the bench? Couple tears from Shay. That broke my heart.
Oh, that was tough. Tough to watch.
What a season that guy had, right? Like, and he's just going to get all the exact same questions next year, and until he retires.
Yeah.
Is he too old? Is he taking a step back? He's playing 25 minutes a night all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, he's good. He's good to go.
And he played fantastic too. I mean, he played big minutes, but he also played well. That's the thing we were missing here is like big hits, big plays, smart plays. He didn't turn the puck over. Fantastic. You can't ask much more than that from him. And he was injured too. He screwed up his hand or his thumb or whatever it was, but he still played through it like a warrior.
I'm sure he's had a couple more injuries too. We don't know about him. Just same as Gallagher. Like, I mean, God, they say his groin and maybe some other things, but I think his whole body's broken.
Toughest trophy to win in pro sports. Just bar none. 4 rounds, game of
By
7. High velocity, hard contact sport, and it's sometimes a battle of attrition too, right? I mean, Gallagher when he looked like he tore.
They're the Giants, right? Like Tampa's the Giants. They've been there for like 5 years, right? Like, it's not. We didn't lose to another Cinderella story or anything like that. We lost to the best team on earth. It's no question.
That's it. And they lost too. They had their years of losing. They lost in the Cup Finals. Yep. They got swept by Columbus in 2019, and then here they are going back to back. So I think we're going in that direction, right? We have to taste it before we can actually get it. And
that's right.
A few years, baby.
Exactly right.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
No, I think everybody, fans, team, management, hopefully media. I know our media is good, but the mainstream media, right? Hold your head high, because we should be proud of this team, right?
Big time.
They've only been together 1 year. This is 1 year, right? They just build chemistry, change the coach, crazy schedule. Look what they did. Like, it's unbelievable. It's really great.
Yeah, no, it's been fun, man. So, Ian, I don't know if it's too early in the night, but go for it. Go have a moose head and drown your sorrows a little bit if you haven't already. And
I am drinking probably for the last time for like the next 2 months, or like my voice is gone. I still taste tequila. I went to McLean's Monday night and got hammered. What an atmosphere, by the way. That was it was unreal. Yeah. And I did happen to call Anderson's OT winner, so Everyone was losing their shit. I got
Shots on
drenched.
me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the tequila came out. Fuck.
Wow.
What a run.
We'll see you there soon, man.
pretty
We're gonna come out. We'll be there.
Yeah. So I'm taking a break.
No, me
Summer
too.
off. I'm an old
Whoever
man.
thanks you.
Plan for another one next year.
That's it.
That's right. Get ready. I'm gonna get a haircut this playoff.
Yeah,
hair
me
season,
too.
so,
And shave
yeah.
this ugly ass goatee.
Yeah,
my
that's like a
beard.
Brendan Shanahan 1997 goatee. That's pretty
I
sick.
kept the length of the beard though, right? Just in
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
I did this before last game, just in case. But the Habs had to clean their game up, so
Mm-hmm.
Gonna get the
Wow.
sides. All right, buddy. We're gonna let you go. We got a few more to get through tonight.
awesome show, awesome season. Thanks for
Yep.
all the content. Have a great night.
Our pleasure, man. Take care.
Take
Ian.
it easy.
Go
Ian.
Habs, go.
Danny.
Oh, hello.
How you doing? Sorry, I just whipped you in there real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be a tough one to swallow. Like, well, I guess we were expecting it in some ways, but I mean, they fall the way to the end. And I was on Twitter after the game and got the tidbits from the press conference about the injuries that were revealed, everything we've gone through. I mean, they never complain one bit. That's even more impressive. When you think that there's nothing new to learn about how they play playoff hockey in the NHL every year they go forward, and because there's always something new, something even more incredible to know about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, hardest trophy to win in pro sports, but also the physical toll on these guys, especially those who rack up the multiple postseasons. It's
Yes.
insane, right? What they have to get through. And I hope everyone makes a clean recovery. I know Killorn was also had he fractured his leg and wanted to
I can imagine it's gonna be that. Yeah.
put a metal rod in there and get back on the ice. That's insane. I don't know what people are thinking at that stage other than they just want the cup, because there's nothing better than raising that cup. So any other things that on your mind? I mean, we've talked a lot tonight about where the team could take things. We'll get into more depth on that in other shows, but I don't know.
Yeah, for me, every summer, of course, there's always expectation, hope, lots of things. But tell you what, the next 97 days are probably going to be the longest in a while, because probably there's going to be expectation. People will want, just to have something exciting, a signature, a trade, or just something that builds up on the team we have, just to help them get that notch a little bit higher. Yeah, in the chat earlier was a writing that, to another guy, he said probably if you can find that equivalent that the Red Wings in '96 found when they traded for Brendan Shanahan, if we can get something perhaps not exactly like him, but that may have some kind of impact either on the ice or in the dressing room, but they can do even both. I think that would be perhaps the thing that is missing. Yeah. Of course. I know that we have Corey Perry. I'm just watching the other guy in the waiting room. Yeah, he says, Corey Perry is he's one good veteran, but of course.
Let's bring him on. You don't have to read it.
Of course, bring them all. Hello, Delio.
On the spot.
Hey,
On the spot.
how's it going? Sorry, I was
Mike's on.
muted.
Good. You're good.
Nice to meet you, Danny. I've seen you on quite a few times, so cheers.
Yeah, I've seen you too a few times.
Yeah, cheers.
We're hot stoving it for the second to last call in, because we have one more. We have a caller after you guys, which it's only one person that we could put on at the end. And but for you guys,
I figure okay.
yeah. But how you doing? How you doing, Delia? How you doing?
Good. I don't have a whole lot to say because I am kind of bummed out, but man, what an effort! Like, as much as I want to be disappointed and bummed out, I think the most bummed out I was watching Weber cry or try to fight back tears.
I heard.
But like I kind of accepted our fate way earlier than this, right? Like, and everything was gravy past about halfway through the Leafs, series. So I'm just happy we were this resilient and proved that like there's definitely hope for the future. Like when you think about it, we were 3 wins away from winning a cup. That's compared to where we were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's fucking impressive. Excuse my language, but
go
it's
ahead.
after midnight, but it's okay.
Kids are in bed.
As much as I want to be disappointed, I'm happy. I'm excited still.
Yeah, I mean, as we've seen the comments here, I mean, just feeling shitty for Weber, who's like, he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt.
And mad respect to him. I think I saw just a little bit earlier a clip when Carey said that something along the line wasn't good enough, and Weber immediately said, "No, don't."
He tried to say that in the post game?
In the post game, yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
No,
he said, "No, you did great," or something like that.
That's really sad. I want to watch that now, but it makes sense, right? Like I've played goalie my whole life, and I've been there, and when it's like it might not be your fault, but you still feel like it is, man.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you did earlier in the series, early in the playoffs, early in the season. If you could have made that one save or you beat yourself up about it, but it makes you better the next year. It really does. So
and I said to Shayne in an episode of Autour de la Ligue, the very last one that he did, that the way things are going right now, he has proved that he still belongs to the very elite right now. And if Canada has to play a big tournament with their very best, he has to go there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
And there's one thing I do want to bring up briefly here. I'll bring it up later this summer when like on other shows or whatever, but I can't believe no one's talking about the fact that like as a goalie I noticed it, but everyone moved on to these new cowlingless skates, right? Like within the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes, I noticed that.
Carey Price is the last person in the NHL to truly adopt them. And he's tried 5-6 times throughout the last 3 or 4 seasons to use these skates, and he showed moderate success with them, and then just somehow fallen apart and shit the bed. And it's not an easy thing to do, to play with one type of equipment for 20 years and then change all of a sudden.
Yeah,
he's the last person to adopt this equipment, and all of a sudden this year he was standing on his effing head. And I think when Burke stepped in, he said, "Listen, Carey, you have to learn how to use these skates. It's an unfair advantage that every goalie in the NHL has over you. You refuse to use these skates. You have to learn how to use them." And I remember this season he tried twice to use them for little 2-week stints, and there was times where he'd make a save, go to throw the puck to the referee afterwards, and fall on his ass. Like it throws off your balance using a different type of skate you've never used. And he finally learned how to use them. They forced him to. I don't know whose decision it was, but that's I swear to God, that's why he was back to his original form and like just destroying guys.
I think that was down for Sean Burke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a part of it, because I've been there where you're trying to adapt to new equipment and you just kind of refuse to, and you're like, "No, I'm better without it," and they're like, "Dude, just do it." And I think it did make a difference. I really do. And like now he'll never be going back to those old skates. And I'll go more in depth later and explain how it makes you move around quicker having those narrower skates. But we'll talk about that some other time, because I could talk about that.
Yeah, no, we don't do a lot of goalie talk on this show. So.
But
that would be interesting.
It gives you a sharper attack angle, so you don't have to lift your knees so far off the ice in order to move, which is a huge advantage. And when every guy in the NHL can do it and Price can't, it kills you. It does. It makes everyone else seem elite when they're not.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Delio. That's an interesting insight. We'll definitely unpack that more as the offseason goes. Guys, any final thoughts? Yeah, any final thoughts? You've said a lot of great stuff already, but any parting notes here as we
just keep up the good work. You guys are the I don't want to say the shit. You guys are the best. I've been watching for a long time. I'm glad I finally worked up enough courage to join. Danny, it's nice to meet you. And James, thanks for sending my Crushing Cans hat. I just saw that I got the shipment thing.
No problem, man.
So
wear with pride.
Yeah,
and,
I will.
Well,
and I will. And I will just say, I mean, ever since I came across the channel, by on a random thought, because I'm following the Habs Reddit. At some point, someone posted a video from Habs Tonight, and then little by little, I discovered the channel. I mean, ever since I've been enjoying the channel and keep on going. I mean, I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
And we were talking, of course, about the upcoming expansion draft and the NHL entry draft. You know, it will be really fun. We can have some kind of live show and have people discuss at the same time.
Yeah, Damon seems like he really did his research, so I'm interested to talk to him a little bit next time, because he's probably done a lot more work look into it than we have. So yeah,
he'll be our draft insider.
Yeah.
He'll be our
He's a
Bob
smart
McKenzie.
dude, man. I like that guy.
It's gonna be Stéphane Leroux, Greg Button, and so on.
I'm glad everyone's in a good mood after that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why we wanted to come on tonight, was to just have a laugh and try to appreciate what we just witnessed and not get too bummed out about, all the missed opportunities that this might have felt like we had. But honestly, it was an overachievement. And yeah, that's just the way I feel about it. But I think everyone else kind of on the same tip.
Yeah, the future
thanks.
looks bright.
Yeah, it's good. I'll sleep well tonight. Guys, thanks so much for coming on again. And thanks for sharing the experience with us.
Cheers. Take care. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, later. Okay, well, Shayne, we have to have the man, the myth, the legend. 1.5 hours ahead of us. It's somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
We need it.
Yeah, it's Evan he's the ultimate ambassador of Habsitivity since day one, calling in on our first show. Here for the last post-game show of the 2021 season. None other than Evan Purcell. How you doing, my friend?
Well,
how you doing? Yeah.
To be completely honest, guys, it was heartbreaking watching Montreal go down, but if I vent to you guys for a minute about how I'm feeling.
Kind of cutting
You
off
hear me?
there.
Yeah, you're cutting out, Evan. You're cutting out. Try logging back on. If you can come back on it. Yeah, I can hear you, but we're gonna give you another 30 seconds here. What's up?
Okay, I think you're good.
Did you hear what I'm saying now?
Yeah, give it a shot. If we don't get you, we'll get you in the next one. Yeah.
All right. What I was going to try to say, I'm so proud and so I'm going to treasure this moment for what I'm seeing this year. And I know it's hard to see us, but Montreal did everything they could this year. We played our hearts out, and I will say congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup. They deserve it. They played better, but no one can take away what Montreal has done. Montreal proven to a lot of people that we deserve to be where we were too. And I want to give a shout out to all the Montreal Canadiens players if they get a chance to see this. But I want to say that they played extremely well this whole playoffs and in the finals. And I do also want to give a shout out to my idol, Carey Price. He played his absolute heart out the whole playoff, especially the final. And it was a big moment for me. I would treasure watching him in the final. And like I said, guys, we might have not won the cup this year, but we got many years to come going back to the finals. I believe that.
Yep, I agree with that. Totally.
Yeah, no, thanks, Evan. I mean, again, you've been here every step of the way thus, just being positive about the team. I know you're disappointed. We're disappointed too, but we're also going to treasure, as you said, the moment that we got to share cheering this team on, because, man, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun along the way talking about this run, and, it had to end. Unfortunately, ended with us not being able to raise the cup. But, we get to to again talk to a lot of great people through this and continue to build the Habs Tonight community, celebrating and cheering on for our team. So appreciate you coming on. You take care out there, and we'll see you, I'm sure, very soon on one of our upcoming programs. And look, if you're watching now and you want, I need a new Habs Tonight fix like right away. We've got the Victor Mete interview that's up already. It's up on Spotify, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google, all the places you get your podcasts. And it's also up on our channel tonight too. It's featured video on our channel tonight. So dig into that. That's
yes,
a really
I looked
good one
at it during the first intermission.
Of course you did. Yes.
Yeah, I looked at it during the first intermission. And to be completely honest, I don't know if you guys seen it, but during the celebration for Tampa Bay, you did not hear Gary Bettman say one thing about the Habs.
Yeah.
Not one. That honestly, to me, that was so disrespectful. Because especially for what the Habs have done this year, and going to disrespect Montreal like that, I don't like that. But next year, we're going to win the cup. The show gave Bettman what we're made of. Show him that we're not going to take this loss lightly, but we're going to show the fans all around the world, all the Montreal Canadiens fans, that we're not done yet. Go Habs, go. And I'm going to keep the positivity, or Habs-tivity for that matter. And also, too, before you guys let me go, are you still going to send me that email from Dale?
Yeah.
Send that to him?
Yeah, I'll get you. We'll get that sorted. I'll get that. You can get to me or get to one of us that can get him the stuff before he goes. So appreciate that, man. And
thank you guys. You guys
again,
have a nice
Evan,
summer. Go Habs, go.
All right, buddy.
You too, Evan. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I'm always a little too quick on the draw. I'm sorry about that. I'm not trying to hang up on you guys. And I know there was a couple more people that came in pretty late that wanted to come on. Unfortunately, I gotta wrap because I gotta get up early tomorrow. I actually gotta get some stuff done. But we do appreciate everyone again coming on tonight and again just sharing your thoughts about what happened. I don't know. Shayne, are we gonna live through this? Are we gonna survive? Are we gonna make it?
Yeah, it's gonna take some time, but you know what? I'm excited as well, right? There's things to look forward to. It's not all negativity.
No.
There's so much going on this summer, and next season's gonna be awesome. I mean, it's looking like normal divisions are coming back too, so we'll be going in the Atlantic against Tampa, so we'll be seeing a whole lot of them. But no, it's not all bad. I think we can get over this one.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to draw from. And again, the offseason happens so fast and there's so many things that start happening. It's a 365-day-a-year league, right? So it's hard to kind of, lose. It'd be nice to have a kind of traditional offseason, even though it's starting a little later than usual. Things will happen again. Hockey news will start writing with other stuff. And then, like I said, the draft stuff will start happening, expansion. All of a sudden, we're September, October, camps are open, rookies are showing up. There's just so much to sink your teeth into. And again, this team does have the capability to do so many things that we're going to get to talk about. So I am, next year, or next,
that's it.
Couple months from now.
And you know what? I said it last year, but no one could hear me. I'll say it this year again. Give Steve Yzerman a damn ring, okay? Because he deserves two, okay? Now, because he drafted Vasilevsky, Kucherov, Point, Stamkos. The core was drafted. They were built with Steve Yzerman. So that's just my little rant that Steve Yzerman deserves 2 rings because he built this team. No disrespect to Julien Brisebois. He did amazing with the team, built it good, but give Steve Yzerman his damn rings.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got a couple, but he's probably got, a couple of fingers that are, atrophying because they're not holding up rings. So yeah,
he deserves them, man.
Yeah, he deserves those shriveling fingers. Well, he's got a lot to worry. I'm not worried about Detroit next year. I'm sorry, no disrespect to them, but that's a lot.
A few years, but for now,
yeah, they're building
bottom
things.
feeders.
they're building things, but yeah, we'll go through. We'll talk about other teams this summer too. It's not just going to be all Habs. We'll talk about the Kraken. We'll talk about Dale's Swedish team. We'll go in different directions. Habs tonight doesn't just have to be all Habs all the time, but we know who our fans are and who the viewers are, and you're diehard Canadiens fans. So I don't have much else to say. I do need to go to bed. I'll read the newspaper in the morning and kind of digest everything else that might have been said by the team. But I feel for the guys. I feel for how hard they worked, and to just work that hard and not achieve your dream is, it's just the hardest thing, right? This is what these guys, a lot of them like Shay and Carey, they still have another chance. This isn't over. So I know they're not watching tonight's show, but if you're listening, it's not over. You got closer than you did last year. You have an opportunity to do something special again. You got the right people around you. Just got to believe in yourself, and you can do it. So there's my Habs activity moment for the end of the season. And Shayne, appreciate you jumping on these shows, especially the hardest one of the year. We've had to kind of learn how to work together and virtually over all this, and it's been fun.
I loved it. It's always fun working with you, James, and great fans again tonight. The people coming on were awesome. The chat was okay. It wasn't all great, but you know what? I focused on the good things, and I hope everyone, is able to sleep well and wake up happy, even though we did lose. But it's all part of the process, baby. Respect the process.
And Gary Badman, if you're watching, pay some dues, pay some respect,
Come on,
man. Yeah, I haven't called you out. You're
in trouble, bro.
You're in trouble. All right. Well, I'll leave it on that. I'll leave it. I don't want to leave it on a negative Batman thing, whatever. He's just making money. But yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks again. And we'll see you soon. We go check out the Victor Mete. We got more great stuff coming. It's all coming. Subscribe, hit that like button. And until the next time, we'll see you soon. Appreciate you.